Hello, people. We are back. Another episode of Act 2 the Podcast, episode 96.
96.
96. Danny, you're going to like that. 96. Act 2 the Podcast, episode 96. We are back. Your boy, International Walt.
Your girl, Tosh, the co-hostess with the most.
And we are back this week for another episode to feed you guys some game, have some fun with y'all, talk some shit. So hope that y'all good out there. Yeah. You guys can catch us on act2thepodcast.com. Y'all can catch us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TikTok, and Spotify. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Co-hostess with the mostest.
Damn, I got the mostest.
What you be like?
I be good today. I'm feeling great today. I've been feeling great the last couple of days. I would say I'm probably an 8.
Okay.
No, I'm a 9.
You're
I'm
a
feeling
9?
like a 9. I'm giving myself a 9. I'm feeling good.
You gotta put that down when you're a Nina.
I'm feeling good. You know, my husband gave me some feedback, and I think in all relationships, whether it's your work relationship, of course, but I think in work relationships, we are more receptive to constructive feedback. I don't like to call it criticism, but constructive feedback. But in our personal relationships, we like, but I don't think that's the best way to be. My husband gave me some feedback about me working a lot of hours. And I took that, I received that. And I have been making, some small changes. I got to work, until he tells me I don't. But I can work differently and manage my time differently than I have been. And not only, it's dual purpose, because not only has it enabled us to just spend some more time together, for me, it feels good too. Sometimes I just like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. I'll be back tomorrow, and it feels good. So I'm a 9. Yep.
Finances are
10. Finances are 10. No complaints there. You all right?
Yes, I'm always all right, baby. Sometimes when I'm coughing, it's just going through the process.
I went to the dentist today, and my teeth got really, really clean, and I didn't.
Squeaky.
Well, I didn't brush my teeth before we did the show, and I'm feeling the difference. Yeah, I might have to step away to brush my teeth.
Did they drill?
Yeah, but you know what? We'll get to that. But yes, they did, and it's just crazy. Financially, yeah. Well, I'll add to that.
Financially, nothing. Okay.
No, I was saying financially a 10. I paid out of pocket for the dentist. Because while we do have health insurance and dental insurance, I don't like the dental plan that we have. So although I'm changing for next year for us, this year I'm just paying out of pocket. And the crazy thing is...
Well, why would you pay out of pocket? They don't cover nothing?
No, because they don't participate with our insurance.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, thank God I have my FSA card, but I had to get a fill-in. It was $350.
Jesus.
But I say that to say... The dentist that I was going to, that our insurance participates, where it's free, I don't have to pay anything. I remember having to get a filling 2 years ago, I think. And when I tell you my mouth was so sore, it was a horrible experience. And I had to tell the lady twice that and I have I think a high pain tolerance, when it comes to medical stuff.
Well, you've been cut, yeah. People been cut, yeah.
I had to tell her twice I needed more Novocaine. It was crazy. This time, I feel good. I thought, I don't know whether I was going to be able to finish my work day or whatever. I didn't even take any Motrin or anything. And it's crazy, though. I know sometimes people say if you got bad insurance, you get bad service. We got good insurance, and it still was bad service. I did not like that dentist, which is why I'm going to this other place. And I feel good. So, financially, I'm great. Work is an 8. Work is an 8. Yeah.
8. Physicality.
Physically, I'm gonna say I am a 7.5.
7. You can go 7.5 is the lowest.
Yeah, can't go under 7. Nothing is wrong. I feel great.
All right.
I just want to move more. So that's all. But I feel great.
That's cool.
How are you?
Make sure y'all checking in on each other, y'all close ones out there. If y'all watch the show, y'all know we do weekly check-ins on your mental, your finances, your work, and your physicality. We may add a caveat to that sooner just to change things up, add another category. But check on yourself, check on your people that you love, the people that you in contact with every day, on their mental, their finances, and work, and your physicality.
And we do a numbers check, even like outside the show. We'll stop and ask each other, like, "What's up? How are you? Give me a number."
But and it forces people to be accountable too. So you want your number to be right when your friend or somebody asks you. So check on your people.
And with that being said, you have to be transparent. Hopefully you have people in your life that you can be transparent with.
Yes.
To say when you're not okay. And it doesn't mean that
like
they
a
can
7,
fix
say
it.
you a 7.
But sometimes the power is just in you being able to say, I'm not okay. Mm-hmm. Because always having to say, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm doing great, I'm good, and you really aren't. Sometimes being able to just say, nah, I'm a 6 today. You would be surprised at like how that kind of just releases it. And again, it doesn't mean the person can fix it. They may pray for you. They may ask you, do you want to talk, or let you know like they're there for you. And you may not take it further other than just admitting that you're not okay. And that's okay.
Yeah.
So that's my spiel.
Those 3 things, I think, the release, I don't know whether it's endorphins or not dopamine, because that's kind of a euphoric thing, but some type of drug in your brain when you talk about something heavy, tell somebody you're not okay, and it's received, and cry. Like those 3 things release something in you that I can't quantify into words, but it's a feeling. You feel better. You just feel better. I don't know what it is. It's a bit heavier than being like, it's bigger than being cathartic. I don't know, but when you cry or you tell somebody something real heavy, or you tell somebody you're not okay and it's received well, those things release something in you where you instantly just feel, even if your situation didn't change for that moment, you feel better.
You know what it made me think of when you were saying that? If you think about a balloon, right? Mm-hmm. And you filling it up with water and it's getting heavy and heavy, and you hold it together so it don't fall or break or pop, but you hold it together and you put more and more water, and it's just like I don't know how much I could take. And when you release a little bit of it, okay, you feel some of that pressure being released. You release a little bit more. But if you like release all of it, it's light again. That was a great metaphor. But that's what it reminded me of.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, how are you? You said you were. Oh no, how are you?
Okay, I was waiting, but
I thought you started. I'm sorry.
I thought
you started. I apologize.
can move on. You don't gotta ask how I am.
I care about how you are. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you? I'm Walter. Nice to meet you. What the fuck?
How are you feeling today, baby?
I feel good up until this point.
What's your mental like?
My mental is a 9.
I got stuck at the balloon. I'm sorry.
I know you were trying to make your analogy point, and it was just alright.
Alright, so you're a 9. You care to elaborate, or you just feeling good?
I feel good because everything around me is good. Health is good. So, well, God willing, health is good so far. I know. You good, we good. Life is good. I love I just love what's around me.
You a 9, I'm a 9. We flip one over. You know what that is?
What, 18?
Wow. Wow. Next, financially, how are you?
It was a 69. I don't know what you were talking about. Financially, I am a 9.
Oh, okay.
Bills. Like she said last week, ass. Bills. Yeah, to the point where you got to remind yourself, God damn, it's bills again.
Age. That's that age.
Like,
why
crazy.
is it that people won't? And don't get me wrong, it's not a right or wrong thing as long as you pay your bills. But what is it with and I'm gonna say black people because I just know mostly black people. Why don't black people put their bills on auto pay?
Some people do.
I
saw a meme that say you really grown if you got all your bills on auto pay.
Yeah, that's real grown. But I'm saying, like, we have not even required because like our auto insurance, it doesn't have to be on auto pay, but I think we get a discount if it is. But I don't know
I
if
was
we.
going to say some of our bills are on auto pay. Our alarm is on auto pay, insurance,
I don't know if
a
anything.
couple other, maybe one or two other things.
Okay.
I think it's on auto pay.
But I mean, like if you think about it, you can put
Sling, like shit like that.
Sling, but not Xfinity. But you think about it, you can put all your bills on auto pay. People just don't want to be that grown. And it ain't even about having it or not having it, because if you're paying your bills, obviously you got it.
Well, that's the thing. You supposed to pay your bills. They ain't supposed to take shit.
So that's not paying it when they take it.
That's waking up saying, God damn, they took the bill money. Nah, you supposed to pay your bills. And we pay our bills.
You think back to like our grandparents' age when like it was hard for them to even acclimate to using an ATM. They would have never agreed to somebody taking their money.
My nana used to sit down at the table with a checkbook and write out bills to the electric company, telephone company.
Yep, Shirley did too.
Bell
Atlantic.
Yeah, like she used to write $48. Like she used to write checks out. And be like 9 envelopes and be like, these got to go to the mail. These are the bills. So
that's what I'm saying. They would have never went for that auto payment thing. Like, you come and take money out of my account?
No.
All right. Work. How's work?
Work is 8.
Okay.
Yeah, work is 8. Work is just I need a break. Physicality, I feel like an 8.
That's good.
I feel like you. I want to move around more. I wish I had some house stuff to do, but I had some intention on like jumping on my bike and riding. But again, I know I mentioned to you about work, and you have been trying to break away a little earlier, but that would just be dope in this type of weather to get a bike ride.
Because it's so cool. Yeah. That way, if you do work up a sweat, what about riding? You don't trust riding around the neighborhood?
I was going to ride around the neighborhood. I wasn't going to.
Would you trust me riding around the neighborhood?
I don't know. You would have to ride on the sidewalk.
I can't ride on the sidewalk.
Yes, you can.
People walk on the sidewalk. I can't ride in the street.
No, babe. You might get hit by a fucking car. Like, y'all understand out there, she got issues on the bike. So, I'm not being overprotective. I'm being protective. And I've seen her crash on a bike. So she can crash on a bike. So it happens. So it can happen again. But physicality, I'm an 8. What's your wows and woes? Let's get on.
My wow this week. What happened this week?
I don't know. It's your world, your life. You gotta tell me what happened to you.
Oh, I know. My baby Toya got a promotion. Excited for her. Just really excited. Sometimes people get stuck in their own way, and not to say like she was stuck. She has a great job, great tenure there. And sometimes people they're comfortable with doing what they want to do, but they don't always challenge themselves. And I knew that she was capable. It was just a matter of wanting to do it, and she stepped out on faith. She did it, and I'm super, super proud of her. So that was a wow for me. I'm super proud of her.
Whoa.
Woes. I don't have any woes. I didn't have any woes. I feel great.
Okay, cool. I was kind of like that too. My wows was a couple things. God has blessed me with another week, so wow for that. Blessed you with another week, so wow for that. My woe was my man Eddie, his mama, stopped breathing at the hospital, and he was upset about that. She back breathing again, but she tried to snatch a tube out. And, people's relationships with their moms, it doesn't I'm trying to use the right word, not bother me, not affect me, but I'm empathetic to it. And I know how he care about his mom. And it's just a shame that he's been with me a little over a year, and she's been in the hospital that long. Like since he started working with me. So it's like people go in the hospital want to get better, and it's like you see somebody go in the hospital and they're getting worse, and being up in age and stuff. It's just a tough situation. So that's one of my woes.
Yeah. Well, prayers for Eddie and his mama, that she does get better, and that he's able to, be okay.
Yep. I like how you care about Eddie.
I do care
Because they
about
ask about you every day. Both of them do. But Eddie always, if he see me by myself or something, he always be like, "What's up with Touch, man? How she doing?"
Oh, I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna ask some questions. We're gonna have 21 questions.
21 questions.
I love
and
you
they
like
all
a fat
about
kid like
us.
cake. You know
You
my
would
style. I say anything to make you smile.
Is that the same song?
Yes.
Okay. I was singing a chorus.
It was kind of offbeat too.
21 questions.
It don't go like that.
And
21,
they all about us.
It don't go 21 questions.
How it go?
It's just 21 questions. It's not like a breakup
and
like
it's
that.
all about us.
Jesus
I think they all about
Christ.
us. All right. If the music
tone.
was on, I would know it.
Let's just play some questions. 21 questions.
Can I do like a Vanna White intro?
No, this is the 2020. This is the 2022 version.
Say 2022 fast.
2022, 2022, 2022, 2022, 2022.
You started sounding like you were of Asian descent.
Okay, so first question. Let's get on with it.
Womp womp.
Would you rather
Okay.
have more time in life or more money in life?
Ooh.
I could guess where these came from.
That's a good one.
Shout out to my niece Orbs.
That's a good one. More money or more time? So I think when you say more time, you really don't know how much time you have anyway. So more money though, you think however much time you have, at least you'll have more money to spend it. But what if your time was ending tomorrow?
So you don't know that.
And you don't know that, right? So I'm gonna say more time. Cause I'm scared not to say it.
I would say more time anyway because it's the most expensive thing on the planet. Yeah. It's time. It's something that goes and you can't get back. So
right.
Think about the conversations or the stuff you did or the places you went that you wish you didn't, and you just wish you had that time back. So time for me would be, I want more time than money. Yeah,
I like that. Yeah, because you could ask for more money and get it, and then tomorrow be want.
Yeah.
So
like,
you don't have that. You
don't
even have that money.
You could be like want.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on life?
I would rather have a pause. I think
a pause button.
I don't want to change anything.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to change it. And if you give yourself the opportunity to rewind, you're going to be inclined to change things. So you don't know how that's going to impact it. Am I boring you?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Get the fuck on out of here with that shit, girl. What's wrong with you? I the fucking yawn.
So if you rewind, you don't know if you change something, how that will impact the future. But there are some moments in life that I would like to just pause to allow them to linger a little longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would rather have a rewind button.
Really?
Yeah, and I wouldn't change anything.
How do you know though? You don't think you would be tempted?
I would just trust the knowledge that I have now, knowing about the butterfly effect. But I would want to rewind and go back and see my nana.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. So that is that one. Would you rather be able to talk with animals or speak in all languages?
Speaking languages. I don't care what them animals saying.
Really? I'd rather talk to animals than speak all languages.
To be able to speak to communicate with all languages.
How many people do I see on a daily basis that speak all these foreign languages that I know?
But it expands your horizon.
I don't know how many Italians I run into that speak Italian. I don't know how many, Haitian people that I know that speak.
So what do you think the puppy's gonna tell you?
I don't know, but I would love to know what a dog or a horse or a cat is saying, or a squirrel is saying when they're running by, or a bunny stops and looks at me. You wouldn't want to talk to the animals?
Nope.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't know what type of shit
I've been talking to people all my life. I would like to be able to understand. I don't even know if I would want to talk to more people or just understand what they're saying. But I just watched a movie from scratch. And Zoe Saldana. First of all, I didn't know that was a true story.
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana started it, and someone said they think her husband is Italian. I'm not sure, but she's now. Let me just preface this by saying, an Italian speaking person, I don't know how they would gauge her skills. They may be like, she sound horrible. To me, it sounds beautiful just hearing that language. So, I would definitely want to speak all languages.
This question is almost just like the second one. Would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long?
Yeah,
And twice as long is compared to how long you live now. So if you're 41, you live to be 82.
But I don't know really how long I was going to live anyway. But what if I'm cutting?
You was going to live to 80. You're going to live to 160. Come on now, let's put some perspective to it. You're 41 now. You're going to live twice as long. So 82 or win the lottery.
But what if my plan was to live to 96? Now I cut myself short. I would take the lottery.
Okay. Take the lottery.
What would you take?
I would take the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take the lottery.
Because even though it is about money or time, it's worded differently, so it gives you a different perspective.
Are you fucking serious? Batman or Spider-Man?
Which one would you rather be?
I would have to say Batman. I don't want to get bit by a fucking spider to be Spider-Man.
But he got bit one time.
By a spider.
And so you would just give up the possibility of being...
Yeah, I don't want to fucking swing from shit and shoot webs. I'd rather be Bruce Wayne. He was rich when he wasn't Batman. And when he was Batman, he put the bunny on.
Did he get beat up a lot?
He won a lot, too. So I'd rather be Batman. Who would you rather be?
I don't know, like, difference enough to really gauge, but...
You know enough about Batman and Spider-Man.
So Spider-Man, like, climbs on
Iron
walls and stuff like that, and he...
And swings from light poles.
But Batman flies, so I would rather be Batman, too, just because he can fly.
Plus, y'all can put my symbol in the sky. Let y'all motherfuckers know I'm on my way. About that life. Would you rather be trapped on a broken ski lift or a broken elevator?
A ski lift for sure. I'm not afraid of heights. I know
your rabbit.
No, I know a lot of people are afraid of heights. That's not a fear that I have.
Second
but
question.
I am claustrophobic.
If it was as high as a 2-story house, a row home we grew up in, would you jump out of it? Okay.
Yeah.
With skis on?
I probably would try to fall on my side. Like, I probably would think in my mind, I'm going to do this the safe way, not to break my leg. Doesn't mean I ain't going to break something else or do it wrong, but I probably would jump strategically. But I definitely would not want to be stuck in the elevator.
I would rather be stuck in an elevator.
Really?
Yes, I do. Now, first off, it's cold as fuck up there. And if I have to get out, if I'm so inclined to want to get out, I might break my fucking neck falling out that thing.
I would rather sit up there than
Holy shit, what if it's cold?
I would rather sit up there than be stuck in the elevator.
No
what if you're
way.
stuck in the elevator for like 6 hours?
If it's 4 degrees outside, you will not last 10 minutes up there, Tosh.
It is making my heart beat fast. I remember I used to go to, this is my first therapist that I used to go to. She worked in this building in Center City, like around 17th and Sansom. And I think it was apartments in this building. I say that to say the elevators were so small and people used to pack in there. And I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you lined up 3 people like close together, then you could fit 9 people in it. And they used to be packed. So in my mind thinking, if that elevator got stuck, it's making me nauseous just thinking about it. Nah.
Commentate, por favor.
A ski lift. I'm not afraid of heights.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be trapped out in the fucking cold.
Now, I hate the cold, but I'm not afraid of heights.
Until you're up there. What if you was trapped in an elevator with me? And up on a ski lift with somebody else?
If I was trapped in the elevator with you...
What would you want me to do? Like, you on a ski lift, I'm down on the ground. Like, babe, they gonna get you down. Just hold up.
I think because I was out in the air, I would just be like, okay, like, I probably would be freezing cold. But I mean, you think if you're on the ski lift, you're already kind of prepared for the weather. But in the elevator,
not just to sit in the air though.
We would like have to stand in a corner, and you would have to like stop me from. sit in a corner. You would have to stop me from crying.
You would lay down on the floor.
Yeah, you had to stop me from crying.
Stop crying. Tighten up. That's what I would tell you. Would you rather say everything on your mind or never speak again? That's a tough one. I would think I would rather say everything on my mind.
despite how others may feel.
Because I can stay away from people. But to never hear the sound of my voice again, I wouldn't want that.
Y'all gonna hear these. Y'all gonna get these words out. Yeah,
I shock myself sometimes when I like drive home quietly, or then I was like might say, "Oh damn," and like shit, I haven't talked in 50 minutes. Like, you know, I'll be like driving home having quiet time or something. Like, you know, just driving home, no radio, no nothing, just thinking. And I might see like a billboard and be like, "Holy shit, that's coming out!" And be like, "Damn, I ain't talked in 50 minutes."
Let's put an asterisk by that to reference that comment by saying he's high in those moments too. So being surprised by his own voice is not
That's
shocking.
Got nothing to do with that. That's got nothing to do with that.
Oh my goodness, that is hilarious.
What about you?
Yeah, I would definitely. I mean,
bars.
I would rather
bars.
Yeah, I would rather say everything that's on my mind. You know what I think? I think if you cared, you would probably start to try to train your brain to think differently, so you wouldn't think crazy stuff if you knew it was going to come out.
You probably can't help it.
But we'd be walking like in a store or something somewhere, and I'd be like, "Damn, she got a fat ass." So like it'll just be anything that comes out of our mouth. Like
it's like, "Damn, my man head like a kneecap."
Right. And people be like, "Excuse me, what did she say?" Or get them badass kids. Or that.
Well, I would tell you, babe, her period on, she smell like metal.
That's so gross. That's disgusting when somebody can smell that.
Would you rather explore? This makes me queasy. Would you rather explore space or the ocean?
Whew.
I'm not going to fucking space ever. And the ocean, I am definitely 1,000% afraid of.
But if you had to pick, like, what would be your choice?
I'm not exploring the abyss. Like, if that's part of the ocean, I'm not exploring
like
the abyss.
The floor of the ocean, like.
Nah, I'm not doing that shit where the sun don't reach. No. So, no, I'm not. I don't know. Space, they take you to the Fugazi space where it's like the edge and you're not really in space. So I would do that. Yeah. I'm not going in a fucking submarine underwater.
Yeah, a submarine underwater freaks me out. Again, claustrophobia. And not only that, thinking that if something happens, like, you can't just, like, pop up out the water like you in a pool. Like, you're gone. You're going to drown. Your body, I can't even imagine what it would feel like, but your body's going to cave in under the pressure. So, but then space, it just makes me think, not always, but I used to have this thought as a kid, like, what if you go to space and you float off?
And they never fucking find
They never. But what if you don't die?
You just float
But
around.
you just float off.
You will die. I mean, you won't eat. You won't drink.
I mean eventually. But what if it takes you like 3 weeks to die and you're just out there floating in darkness? You may see a star here, like a rock hit you or something, like hit your helmet or something.
If you don't have water in 4 days, you're like, the chances of you dying are like high.
But I think you can go 10 days without water.
No, hell no. You can
7?
go 10 days without eating. You can go 3 days without water. Water, you can go 3, maybe 4 days without. Eating, you can go 10 days without. We can Google this when we're done and get back. Okay. Y'all Google it out there. I'm telling you, you can go 3 days without water. You can go 10 days without eating.
I thought it was 7 days without water, 10 days without food, but we'll confirm. Mm-hmm. But okay, let's just say you're out there for 3 days just floating. There is no signal of anybody coming to get you. You don't hear like a hello, like you don't see anything. It's dark. You're just floating and you have no control. Like your body's gonna go wherever and you're just going and going and going.
You bump up on Jupiter or some shit like that. That would be crazy.
But I would definitely take space over the ocean.
Would you rather deep sea dive or bungee jump?
Bungee.
Come on.
I would say bungee jump because, again, the same thing with the ocean. But when you say deep sea dive,
that means down there with the sharks. You down there with the coral. all that shit. You got the suit on with the tank, all that.
I'm afraid. I'm a bungee jump because I'm a bungee jump with a parachute.
Yeah.
But you're not a fan of bungee jumping.
Not at all.
Like I want to go
Not
bungee
at
jumping, and
Fuck that.
But you did.
We're jumping out of a plane.
Right, I was gonna say you said we were gonna do that, but
we're jumping out of a plane.
But you went and bungee even with a backpack on. I mean, with a parachute on.
Nah, I don't want the shit tied on my ankles and being jerked like that. So it's not about the parachute. I just don't want the shit on my ankles and being jerked like that.
Okay.
The plane, I can do that. The parachute.
Ooh, I'm so excited just at the thought of when we do that.
Would you rather be a kid your whole life or an adult your whole life?
An adult. I need to be able to control. And as a kid, other people are controlling you.
Yep.
Even though an adult, you have the bills.
I would take that shit over freedom. Like, nobody whooping my ass. Nobody telling me what to do. All that shit.
Yeah, you being at the will of others. Like, yeah, I definitely would. I would take being. So if you was
be
like
an adult my whole life if I can like make my own money, make my own decisions, and all that kind of shit.
Like you just start off being born, welcome to the world, like, get a job,
stuck in Benjamin Button's face.
I would be an adult over a kid.
Would you rather have X-ray vision or magnified hearing?
From a person that has trouble seeing, but I have great hearing, I think I would want to. I think because I've adjusted to not having that great of vision, I would want to have magnified hearing. I want to hear.
Are you fucking serious? You can't see shit. You wouldn't want better eyes?
But listen,
oh my God.
If danger is coming, I want to hear it before I can see it.
What's danger coming?
Just something dangerous about
Can't you hear the pitter patter of somebody's feet now?
But if you had magnified hearing,
so you want to hear the feet from a block away when it's just somebody walking. When it's just somebody crossing the street.
But if you think about at nighttime when like you can't see anyway, wouldn't you want to hear if somebody is coming in?
No, I would want to see like a hawk, an eagle. Like, yeah, I can see some shit.
How much more do you want to be able to see?
You should want to see more. You should want to see a lot more.
So we went to our first...
You should want to see them goddamn letters you can't read.
We went to our first eye appointment together.
Oh, my God.
And he was like, I don't know why I'm going here. Like, you should go for a routine visit just to get your baseline, make sure you can see.
But my lamps is straight.
He could see. The doctor was like, why are you here? Like, you can read this? Okay, are you having problems? What are you here for?
She made me. That's why I told her.
Well, because I wanted him to get a routine eye exam.
She wanted me to have a baseline.
Exactly.
And my baseline is 20/20.
They really were.
And I'm 45 years old.
They probably was looking at my eyes or having me read the letters for like 15 minutes. They probably had him doing it for like 2 minutes.
4 letters. PDBA. PDBA. 4 letters. She say PFCN. And then she look at me like, and I'm like, no dice.
He was sitting in the corner looking at me, but he could see the letters behind me. So he's just staring at me. So I'm thinking like, I did a good job. He was like he was so sad.
She is the one who like brought that to my, like, I didn't, because my eyes is good. I got 20/20, so I don't understand, like, glasses life. I don't understand that. But, oh, my God, like, half-inch letters from 10 feet away, I don't know. I don't know how you mistake a D for an S or a T for an X or, like, I understand she mistaked the F for a P. They kind of made the same one, just don't connect in the front, but when you mistake, like, the S's for M's and shit like that, it'd be like, how you do that? Like, your eyes are fucked up.
It's my right eye is really bad. My left eye, it's not great, but we went, his eyes were perfect. But then the lady pissed us off because I'm, getting my glasses and stuff. So she's like, so is he gonna get glasses? He don't need glasses. Like, he just did the exam. He don't need them. Oh, well, for reading. He don't need them. Why would we spend money and buy glasses when the doctor just practically put him out? Like, he don't need them.
Tell me
People
this
just
ain't
try to
some
steal
bullshit
your money.
where-
He got mad
No,
at the
tell me
lady.
this ain't some bullshit where we're at the eye doctor. She just told you we're at the eye doctor. She comes out, the lady is taking care of her business for her eyeglasses, right? After she tried to get me to get some. Taking care of her business. They sit down, she talking to her. The lady says, "Oh, excuse me, I need your eyes." My wife, she looks at her like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Can you read this number?" And Tasha's like, 03529M3874. Hands her the paper back. Okay. The lady starts typing. "I'm sorry, ma'am. I need your eyes again. Can you read this number?" Like, what fucking eye doctor do you go to where you gotta participate in your own eye shit? Like, the lady sitting there working in the eye doctor place need glasses.
Maybe
She clearly can't see, and she's asking the customer to participate in their own. What if you read some shit wrong? Her eyes is bad as hell. You depending on her eyes? Like, if you would have seen her exam, you wouldn't ask her to read shit. I don't understand that. If you would have saw her exam, you wouldn't ask her to read anything. The eyeglass lady is asking you to read for her to do her job.
He was standing over me like, what's going on?
That's like going to the doctor and the doctor taking what is it called? The stethoscope saying, "Listen to this." Take a listen to this. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm listening to.
I don't know what was wrong with the lady. She asked me to read the paper, 2 different papers, 3 times. I don't know, but
bullshit.
Yeah.
America's best is bullshit. Would you rather be stuck on an island or with someone who talks incessantly?
Wait, say that again?
Would you rather be stuck on an island alone or stuck with somebody who talks incessantly?
Oh, you left the alone part out. You know, I thought about, I'm sorry, you made me laugh. I thought about Castaway and Wilson. Like, if you alone, you gonna create something.
Friends.
Yeah, but if you with somebody that talks incessantly, you can kind of shut them up.
Yeah, you can say "shut the fuck up" or punch them in the face.
Like, can we have a moment of silence? Like, let's play a game. Who can be? Did y'all used to play that with kids? Like, if you was babysitting or something, let's play who can be the quietest the longest.
They catch on to that shit the first day. Like, this ain't no goddamn game. That's like saying who can go to sleep the fastest, who can take a nap the longest.
But I would definitely.
We ain't supposed to be napping.
I would rather be with a person rather than be alone. Don't get me wrong. I am not a person who's afraid of being by myself. My girl Crystal recently, I mean, this ain't a secret because she posted on social media, but she was saying she used to not be afraid, but she was hesitant about going out by herself. Like, she always felt like she needed to be with people, and that was something that she overcame. She went to lunch by herself. I think there's some other things. I've never had that fear. Like, I am okay being by myself. I love being with my husband. I love being with, my friends or my sisters. But I'm okay being by myself. But being stuck alone, I would rather make the choice to be by myself than be forced to be by myself.
I think I would rather be on the island than with somebody who's talking fucking incessantly.
Well, no, an island alone rather than somebody who's talking.
Because I'm okay with that. I'm okay with just chilling. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want... How many times am I going to say shut the fuck up?
And y'all might end up fighting.
Yeah, and then I want you to talk 2 days from now when I want to talk.
Yeah, and then you're like, can you be my friend again?
Like, I'd rather be
I would take a person that talks a lot, and then, I can kind of shut them up.
How you going to shut them up? You going to punch them?
Can we just have a moment of silence?
No, okay.
Or I'm going to walk around this way to the island, take a little break, rest my head.
If you was writing a book, what would be the title of your book?
Who? A Life to Live.
A Life to Live? Is it a story? Like a soap?
I kind of thought about that. One Life to Live. No, that's a great question.
Might as well call it God and Light.
No, I was going to say I Was Here, but that's kind of vague.
I was here, I was there, I was everywhere.
Yeah.
And you were never there.
I didn't. I think I'm gonna stick to that. A Life to Live.
Mine would be called The Book of Walk.
The Book of Walk, like the Book of Life, but the Book of Walk.
It would just be The Book of Walk. It would have my life in it, but it would be The Book of Walk.
I'm gonna add a subtitle, so mine's gonna be A Life to Live, and it's gonna be a colon. I was here. I like both of those. I'm gonna stick with it.
What chapter would this be?
Broken to be built.
Ooh, Broken to be built. BTBB.
If you want to, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You part of the BTBB.
Yeah, Broken to be built.
Mine would be Act 2.
Yeah. But are you okay? Yeah, I mean, this is still Act 2. I mean, I know 2020 would have been Act 2. Definitely 2021. So 2022.
From 2020 on is Act 2.
So
that's all new.
So I guess you don't know if it's going to be an Act 3 until if and when it comes.
Well, I ain't going through that no more.
No, Act 3 could just be something new.
Oh yeah, it'll yeah.
Oh, okay.
There'll be different seasons.
Okay, that's what I meant. Not like the same
Act
thing.
2 is from 2020 on.
Okay, all right.
Who would? What was the title of the chapter?
I said, Broken to be built.
Mine would be.
You said Act 2.
Act 2.
Okay.
Okay. Who would play you in the movie?
Who, if it had to be one character, I would say, I used to say Jill Scott.
Mm-hmm.
I think now it would be Tabitha.
I think Lakeith Stanfield would play me. And I think Nina Parker could play you.
Oh, okay. I like Nina Parker. I think Idris Elba would play you.
No, he wouldn't.
Why not?
Punk ass nigga ain't playing me, man.
Okay, what about
Lakeith Stanfield could play me.
I'm picking who's gonna play. If it's my movie and somebody's playing you, it's gonna be Tabitha and Idris.
Okay.
Or maybe Amari.
All right, next question.
Why are you shunning my movie?
Would you rather be a pro athlete or what is that? Would you rather be a pro athlete, and what sport would you play?
I think if you were a pro.
If you were a pro athlete, what sport would you play?
Baseball, because they get these contracts.
Baby, you can't see. You don't hit the ball.
Well, I don't want to hit the ball. I want to be
a catcher.
I want to be shortstop.
You gotta have eyes for that shit. That's the most action.
I can be shortstop, babe. I can catch the ball when it's coming. Well,
what about ground balls? That's what shortstops get the most. Ground balls.
That's even easier. So wait, I can wear contacts.
You can't.
Well, I can't wear contacts, but baseball, they get like y'all look up some baseball players in their contracts.
What about tennis? I think you would do good in tennis or track.
Track is, but track don't get paid like that.
No.
And when you say, I mean, pro athlete.
What about MMA?
I don't want to be beat up.
Why don't you do some beating?
I mean, yeah, but that's part of the game. Like, I don't want to have to be putting, frozen peas on my face. Like, I don't, or having them fat ears. I don't like that. I want to play baseball or volleyball.
I would play baseball. If I was a pro athlete, I would play baseball. I wouldn't want to play football and get my head crushed or my brain fucked up. Basketball, a lot of running up and down the fucking court, knees, ankles, and feet, and all that shit. So I would want to play baseball.
Yeah, because of them contracts.
Contracts, and they in shape, but you really don't have to start playing unless you make the playoffs. It's 162 games. Yeah. Would you let your kid play football?
Ooh.
Your boy or your girl?
If
it was a girls' league?
Yeah, I know of some women that play like semi-pro football. With all of the knowledge that we have now about CTE, I don't know if I would let my child play tackle football. Now, I know that there are technological advancements as it comes to helmets and stuff like that, but I don't think like the children's leagues are investing that kind of money, understandably. Yeah, I just don't think that I would want flag football is one thing, but tackle football, nah, we know too much about it now.
Yeah, my kid can't play football. If my son was in high school and wanted to play, he could play. But as a kid, you can't play. Frontal lobe ain't developed yet.
Yeah, like let's try some soccer, rugby.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
If you were a star athlete on a great team, would you rather win the Super Bowl or a World Series? Now that my tone switches. I'd rather win the Super Bowl because it's harder.
To win it because it's one game.
It's one game, and the playoffs is sudden death. It's one and done. Baseball and basketball, you play series, and almost the way the series are set up, that's why it's designed that way for 7 games. Almost all the time, think like 79% of the time, the best team wins, because that's the distance. In 7 games, the best team will win 4 of those games.
But at that moment, how do you really determine who's the best? Aren't they both considered the best, or like since they're at that stature?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, between those 2 teams, that's why you're playing the game. You're evenly matched, but one of y'all is better.
Well, isn't that obvious that the best team is going to win? What do you mean?
No, sometimes there are upsets.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So it's not obvious.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that really an upset? Because they're both the best. So you're saying in some cases one team might be there and they really ain't that good. They just luckily
I don't
got
think
there.
you understand sports. That's what I think it is. So
that was a very general statement.
It is, because I know my wife, and you don't understand sports. So in sports, you're logged 1 through 8 if you make the playoffs. So 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6,
Right.
4 plays 5. So 4 and 5, you're probably evenly matched, right?
But 1 and 8
is
just
not.
make a happen to get in.
Exactly.
Okay,
so that's
I'm
what
with
I'm
you.
saying. There's parity in sports. Is basically what I could have said. You could understand that better.
I do. Okay.
But
I think I would want to. Oh, so for me, I think I will, because of the odds. I think I would want to win the World Series.
Okay.
Because that one and done thing, it's like.
You see that old man at that $10 million on the World Series and won
75
million.
Wow.
Yeah, won $10 million. Well, a lot of $10 million bets on the Astros, and he won. $75 million. He already was rich as fuck.
I would say he had he had to have 10
They showed
million.
him. He's like 80-something years old.
He had to have 10 million to bet.
Yep, he bet 10 million.
And you
on
figure
the
at that
Astros.
age, if he lost, I'm sure that wasn't all his money, but if he lost, he probably like, what the hell?
Guy probably is $1 billion. In Houston, he probably
Got some oil or something. Yeah.
Would you rather have no social media or no search engines? For me, it would be no social media.
Yeah.
Because you need search engines to look up the good things on the internet, to go to websites and find shit and stuff you want and things like that. But social media, you don't have to have that. There was a time in life where we didn't do that. And I think life can still go on if social media was suspended tomorrow. All the platforms, I don't think people would die. I think people would adapt to the way of life the way it used to be. So I don't think that would make people extinct.
I think remember there was a time we lived without search engines too, where we had Encyclopedia Britannica and those sort of things. So we didn't always live by search engines.
But isn't that what some would say is good technology?
Yeah, I mean it's good technology, but
you stop making
not...
the books, stop cutting the trees down, and you can actually go to look up something. Webster's Merriam or something if you wanted to, an encyclopedia, like you got it at your fingertips. So that's probably a good thing.
So I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but I did learn something this week, and I'm going to read you.
Well, you got to wait till we get to that.
I'm just saying it's going to relate to what you're saying, which I think is some may, having search engines, while they're good, and they are technological advancements, may attribute to some of the facts that I'm going to tell you about the brain. But I agree. I would much rather do without social media than, because search engines that too has become a way of life. And yes, we can live without it, but it would make life a little more difficult. We can't make reservations and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a vehicle for shit like that.
Yeah.
Loyalty or respect?
I'm going to steal an answer that I seen today, and I'm going to say love.
Loyalty or respect?
Respect. And I say respect because I don't need you to be loyal to me. Let me just say, your loyalty may change. Even if you're not loyal to me, respect me. Because you could be loyal to me, but talking trash behind my back. Or, just having ill feelings towards me. But you could be on the other side and still respect me and never disrespect me. So I'm gonna say respect for me.
I think it's both. I think they go hand in hand. I think if you have loyalty for somebody, you should have. Loyalty to me is an action word. So if you have loyalty for somebody, you have to show that, and showing that, you're giving of yourself. And I think to give of yourself, time, space, your mental space, whatever it may be, I think you have some sort of respect for the person. So I would say both.
Okay. Even though you cheated, you didn't answer because you said or. But okay.
Whatever.
That was good. 21 questions.
It was.
Sing the song. 21 questions, and it's all about us.
I love you like a fat kid love cake. You know my style.
I say anything to make you smile. What was the rest? 50 Cent, we ain't paying you no money for using your song.
No. What have you learned?
Okay. So one of the things that I love doing on social media, I like medical pages. Like I have seen heart surgeries and
why is your clock in bold like that?
What?
No.
I have seen heart surgeries, all that kind of stuff on social media. He thinks it's gross, but I found a new medical page and I love it. So I'm going to read y'all 10 interesting facts about the brain. I'm gonna do it fast. Okay. The typical adult human brain. Let me do it this way so I can expand it. It won't get bigger. Okay. The typical adult human brain comprises about 2% of the body's total weight on average, yet it uses about 20% of its total energy and oxygen intake. Mm-hmm. So it's only 2% of your body, but 20% of your energy and oxygen. The brain is a very fatty organ. About 25% of the body's cholesterol resides in the brain. Each neuron can transmit an average of 1,000 nerve impulses per second and make tens of thousands of synaptic connections with other neurons. 4, the average brain is believed to generate up to 50,000 thoughts per day.
That I did hear before.
5, human brains have gotten significantly smaller over the past 10 to 20,000 years. The lost volume is equivalent to the size of a tennis ball.
Yeah, I would think that too, because we used to be Neanderthals with big heads and big brains and all the teeth in our mouth. So if our heads got smaller, our brains got smaller.
And we use it less. So it's kind of like one of those muscles, you don't use it, you lose it.
Atrophy.
Yeah, we don't use it as much because of Google and
technology.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. All right. Every minute, 750 to 1,000 milliliters of blood flows through the brain. This is enough to fill a bottle of wine or a liter bottle of soda.
And just to go back, I would think that they're talking about what I referred to before technology, like Google and shit, because that shit's only 20 years old. They're talking about how small your head got over 20,000 years.
Yeah.
So that shit be
I know it's part of your physiology and not just the brain
evolution
use.
Is what did that.
Right, but I think part of it too is us using less of it. All right, 4 more. 7, since the Victorian era, average IQs have gone down 1.6 points per decade for a total of 13.35 points. The average IQ. We're getting dumber, people.
Yep.
8, the brains of introverts and extroverts are measurably different. MRIs reveal that the dopamine reward network is more active in the brains of extroverts, while introverts' brains have more gray matter. Introverts are smarter, but extroverts are happier.
Yep.
So, what do you want to be, happy or smart? All right, two more. Attention spans are getting shorter. In 2000, what do you think the average attention span was in seconds?
7.
12. Now it's 8. We're getting dumber and like stupider. Like, we're going to be like goldfish. 10. No one knows for sure, but the latest estimate is that our brains contain roughly 86 billion brain cells. See, I told y'all I am committed to providing y'all with some learning material
You could have
every
had 10 weeks of what you learned.
I don't want to. I want to learn something different every week. So I learned that.
That was.
And I thought that was good information I wanted to share. I got some good medical procedures to show you.
What I learned is that the Powerball be on some bullshit. That's what I learned. Fuck all that. What she talking about, the Powerball be on some bullshit. Y'all move them numbers around. Like Duval said, y'all ain't had the money to pay the bet.
Y'all ain't had that money.
Y'all fucked up. And y'all moved the shit around and some made up dude in California won at one point. I bet you he don't even have a social security number.
You know, if you're not a citizen here and you win the Powerball, you don't have to pay taxes. There was a family, and it was crazy because it was a son and then a daughter. They were grown, but they were from London, and it wasn't like the Powerball, but it was like a cash file or something like that, hundreds, thousands of dollars or something. You don't gotta pay taxes because you're not a citizen here. You just came here. You paid the lottery.
That's fucked up. But that's what I learned. Powerball, get off that bullshit.
3 grams.
It's gambling. 3 grams, but we got 1 gram because it's a big gram.
Oh.
But
Do you need drum roll?
Kyrie Irving. Anti-Semitic comments, suspended from the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, not the league, not the NBA, the Brooklyn Nets has been giving him 6 things he has to do to get his job back after he apologized. And how do you see this?
I hope, I see this as...
Nike suspended his contract too for his sneakers.
I see this as... I'm about to have a Kanye moment when he was like, George Bush does not like black people. I see this as a way of America always trying to humble the black man.
Yes.
Always wanting the black man to get on it. Yes, sir, master. I'm sorry, master. Please, master. Don't take my job. Man, Kyrie, retire. I hope that you have created a life for yourself and your family that you're able to, maintain
He's
without...
made over $180 million in his career.
That don't mean he has done the right thing by it. I'm just hoping that he has.
Saying from a perspective, he should have. Yes. $180 million.
And even if you can't live a life of luxury, you can live comfortably without these people's money, without these people wanting, you to humble yourself and bow to them and allow them to wipe their feet on you. He was made to give $500,000 to an organization, but because he didn't respond or they didn't feel his apology was genuine enough, they declined it. I'm not going to feel bad because y'all don't want my $500,000. Guess what? I would turn around and I would donate that to the NAACP.
Well, let's be transparent because that's out of anger. Let's put everything on the table.
It's not out of anger.
He put up an anti-Semitic a movie from a known conspirators who said that the Sandy Hook stuff was fake and that the kids were actors who died. So that's where that source came from. People thought it was anti-Semitic. They asked him, was he anti-Semitic? He didn't want to say no. He just saying, I can't be. And he put this up on his social media. Some people have a distinction between putting something on social media and saying it out your mouth, whether that's promotion or you just want somebody to be inspired by a link or something that you put on your social media. So that's a different argument. He was given 6 things to do to get his job back. 1 is apologize and condemn the movie. Donate $500,000 to an anti-hate crime cause. Sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training. Meet with the ADL Jewish leaders. Meet with Joe Tassas to demonstrate understanding. That's some shit where, and I heard Nick Cannon say this, which was a perfect analogy, how dehumanizing somebody for them to get their job back. When slaves would buck back in the day, they would bring them to the forefront in front of all the other slaves and lash them to dehumanize them, to show the other slaves, this is what you gonna get when you get it out of line. Don't think like this. And this is the same thing. They're trying to put him in front of America to say, here's your lashings. Do these 6 things if you want to get back in American society and you want us to stop. Like, meet with people, show you, like, I gotta demonstrate understanding. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I gotta do, like, I gotta
repeat to you what was taught to me so you can make sure that I learned it right.
Yeah, so you can tell my boss that, okay, the meeting was good.
He passed the test.
Like, that's
the
crazy.
Jewish test.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, nah, he apologized for it. And I agree. If you're asked the question, are you anti-Semitic? That's a yes or no question. You can just say yes or no. And I think the vague answer of I can't be is what pissed people off, because you can just easily say no. Like,
but just because somebody doesn't answer the question the way you want them to doesn't mean
that's
that
like
they
didn't. That's like asking a racist person, a white, a known like Nazi racist person, are you racist? And them saying I can't be. And it's like, why don't you just say who you are? Or can easily, okay, let's just say it's not a known racist, but if you ask a person, or are they racist, and they answer with anything but no, you would think, why are you answering in a vague sense? Like, why don't you just say no if that's not what you are? Why are you hinting to people that you could be?
I mean, but I think what he said was explanation. Yes, you're correct. He could have just said yes or no, but because he didn't say yes or no doesn't mean that he didn't answer the question. He just didn't answer it in an appeasing way to the people who wanted him to answer it a certain way.
It's not about that. It's about you. He's a public. He has a publicist, and you gotta. He has a job where he's in the spotlight, so you gotta be told shit like that. It leaves room for speculation. Now, go ahead. You can finish your thought.
To your point, if you ask a racist, do you hate black people? A Nazi person, do you hate black people? And they say, they ain't my favorite people on earth. If they weren't here, I wouldn't be mad. If they all burnt and went to hell, I would rejoice. Okay, he didn't say yes, but isn't he answering the question?
He did say yes. With all that he just said, he said yes.
So with all that Kyrie said, he did say no.
No, he didn't.
He said, I can't be anti-Semitic.
Who understands that? He said, I can't be, I'm Hebrew.
Okay, so
what person, the white man with the microphone, and I'm not saying white, black, Indian, whatever color that man is, how does he understand that?
He said, I can't be.
It's not the same thing, Tosh, as no. Come on now, like, let's not do this. It's not the same thing.
The same thing.
No is more definitive of the question of somebody asking you, are you of the hate? And you're like, no, I'm not. And that doesn't mean I'm not Hebrew. It doesn't mean that I'm not Israelite, if that's what he is. Okay. But I'm just saying, if somebody asks you, do you hate Jews? You can simply say no. He
could, but just because he didn't doesn't mean he didn't respond.
No, but it leaves room for speculation.
If somebody said, do you cheat on your wife? And if you said, are you crazy? Do you know how much I love her? You didn't say no, but that answer in of itself responds in a way to say no. Just because you didn't say the word doesn't mean that it doesn't conjure the same.
It's not the same thing. So my apples and oranges when you talk about, did you cheat on your wife and are you anti-Semitic?
All I'm saying is response. Of course, the scenarios are apples and oranges, but this response in the way that it was delivered, it is affirming that he is not.
No, it's not affirming. If you're a public figure and you play basketball, I think that you should have answered that question with just no. I don't think that would have hurt your dignity. I don't think that would have did anything to your fucking pride. I don't think that would have hurt your religion. I don't think it would have did anything to that shit unless you let it.
I understand that he should, like you said, he should have answered it by just saying no.
You ain't gonna feel less of a man or none of that shit.
I understand that. Because he didn't say just no, does that mean that you didn't interpret his response to mean that he's not?
To me, I did. I told you I didn't understand his response when he said, I can't be. I told you a week ago, I said he's going to get in trouble for that. Because you're a public figure and you're getting the opportunity to denounce hate crime and shit like that. So given that opportunity, you just could have said no. Again, people want to use 10 words instead of just using one. Just
All
be
I'm
short
saying
with it
is,
and say
yeah, he
no.
could have. Just because he didn't doesn't mean he didn't respond. But let me ask
But
you
guess
this.
what? If he would have said no, he wouldn't be in the shit he was now, and he wouldn't feel no
He's
type
a
of way.
public figure, but he's a human first. They need to leave that man alone. In connection to that, let me ask you this: how do you feel about LeBron speaking out against him?
That's LeBron's his opinion.
How do you feel about him speaking out against him? Because he could have shared his opinion with him
LeBron
in
was
private.
asked the question, so you don't know when you say speaking out. LeBron was in a post game interview and was asked the question. LeBron just didn't speak out on Kyrie. He was asked, "What do you think about this?" So in response to that, it was, "Okay, I think that's wrong. There's no room in the world for it," and it's not. What is he supposed to say?
He could, if they have any type of friendship, he could have said.
Maybe they don't have that type of friendship.
Are they teammates?
No, they're not teammates. So I'm just saying, maybe they don't have that type of relationship. And LeBron didn't speak out. He didn't go to the podium and say, "I'm talking about Kyrie."
I didn't think he did that. I'm just saying. I think as a black man, he should not have. With the world already coming down on him, my opinion is that if he felt like he wanted to give him his feedback on or give him some constructive criticism, he should have.
I don't know how this sounds to the people, but there's no room in the world for being anti-Semitic about anything or hateful about anything. We don't stand for that. And
we don't, absolutely.
It's just no room for that kind of vernacular. And I understand that Jewish people, when they hear that kind of vernacular, they know what's around the corner. And it's not cool. Like, we don't want people talking about us like that. And I kind of get, not to to the degree that they do, but I kind of get why it's offensive. And all I'm saying is that he wouldn't be in this shit if he just would have said no. And that would have been no slack off his back. But instead, he wanted to be vague and he left room for speculation. And the speculation built up into a shitstorm. So Nike and all his sponsors and everybody started saying, "Oh, you had the opportunity just to say no, but you gave some vague answers, so we can't be attached to you because we don't know." And that's the trickle down effect. And you got to be smarter than that if you're Kyrie Irving.
I just hope that the world has the same.
And it can't be about, "Oh, I'm so black that I can't do this." Like now you're in a situation where it's like they really trying to put your feet to the fire to do these 6 things to get your job back.
Well, no, I think
those a max contract, $250 million next year.
No, I think those things are negated now because the ADL is who he donated the $500,000 to, and they declined his money.
I know, but it was talked about again where this is what the team said he has to do.
Right, but what I'm saying, one of them things they said no, we don't want it.
And also, just to play devil's advocate, I think Amazon is in the wrong because Amazon Prime airs this movie, and ever since he posted it, the sales of it has shot up, and they don't have to take it down. Nobody's telling them they should take it down.
Why do you say they're in the wrong? Because
it's an anti-Semitic movie. It was on their platform. Now that it's been talked about, people have gone to that platform and the sales of it has gone up. So they're making money off an anti-Semitic film.
Okay.
So, and nobody's telling Amazon they should take it down from the platform.
Okay.
But you're telling Kyrie he got to do 6 things to get his job back. So I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like, you can't have it both ways. You tell Amazon to take it down if you're going to spank Kyrie for it.
They can't tell Amazon. They can ask, but doesn't mean that Amazon has to. Amazon has a lot of partnerships, but Amazon got their own money too. So, they can ask Amazon to, but they don't have to abide by that.
But I think that they would if the Jewish community thought that Amazon was anti-Semitic. I think that would be a shitstorm for the biggest company in the world.
I think that would be pushing it, and it would just appear to be. And this is no disrespect to the Jewish community because I agree. It just shouldn't be. There's no room for hate against any group of people. But to say, "Oh, Amazon is anti-Semitic because they don't take this down," that's a huge label to put on someone because they're selling. They have a platform where a movie is available and then you open the door to. How
I don't understand. You can't if you're a platform that has Nazi stuff on it that you're making money from. I don't understand how you not supposed they wouldn't pressure you to take it down. I don't understand if you're promoting an anti-Semitic movie and that's so-called anti-Semitism. It's wrong for you to have it. It's wrong for you to promote that. So why should you be allowed to? I don't understand like why you don't get that.
Well, I'm saying, aren't there other productions,
parodies like the shit with Tom Cruise, Valkyrie, and shit like the movie that you like with Quentin Tarantino, he made
Right.
like those kind of movies, but not real shit. People aren't promoting anti-Semitic stuff like real stuff saying the Jews are bad on real platforms, especially not freaking Amazon Prime.
I've heard all of the rhetoric about the movie. I don't know all the ins and outs about specifically. I heard there are some parts that are relative to Black people in stating that we are the descendants of Jews, and that part, many people believe is true. And then I've also heard there were parts where like they debunk the Holocaust, which I think is ludicrous for anyone to say that didn't happen when there's real lives that are gone, obviously.
And it's that kind of rhetoric or when somebody say Sandy Hook was fake and the kids were actors. Like,
well, that's not part of that movie.
No,
I'm not
saying
about the
that.
man.
I'm saying when you say that kind of stuff, for me, it's like I'm checked out. A person could easily say, "Oh, slavery never happened." If you're going to say the Holocaust never happened, what's the sense of what person wouldn't say, like, y'all tripping, slavery never happened?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to even, I don't even want to hear nothing you have to say if you think that stuff didn't happen. Like, didn't happen?
I hear what you're saying.
Like, you think shit was a big conspiracy?
I hear what you're saying. I just hope that the world has this same energy when people are anti-Black.
Yeah,
and when
you're
people
absolutely right.
are doing things that negatively reflect and impact us, when they're painting us to be lazy, or they're painting our Black men to be, drug dealers and gangsters and violent, and they don't want to get jobs, right? So I hope that, because again, there is no room anywhere in the world for anti-anybody. Anti-hate is what it should be.
Yes.
That's what we should be against. But please, America, Nike, whoever else is behind, Adidas, all these people who, rescinded their money from Kanye. Like, what's the big bank? They stopped doing business with Kanye, but they kept Jeffrey Epstein's money, who was messing with kids. Like, so just keep that same energy when it comes to Black people, when people are disrespecting our people and our culture and our history as well.
But I champion what she said, but we talking to Black people, because that's the thing. And my man Charlemagne said this: we can want a group of or an entity to not hate on us, but do we hold them accountable? Do we rise to the occasion like Jewish people do when they form together and say you're being anti-Semitic?
Because obviously, look what they do when they feel like they've been disrespected.
No, but when somebody disrespect us, we don't form together and do that and come as a whole and be like, yo, this is what we want, this is what we asking for. No, we don't. So yeah, I champion what she said, but that's a direct, like, that's to us. That's the Black folks. Yeah. That's a wrap. Act 2 the podcast, episode 96. Wrapping up. It's your boy International Walk.
Your girl Taj, the co-host with the most.
Again, you guys can catch us on act2thepodcast.com, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TikTok, and Spotify. If you fuck with your boy, you fuck with your boy. If you don't, you should. Peace. And your girl.